Yes. Black has the last opportunity to separate the two white sides. If ever black takes advantage of this and separates the two white sides, black does not get a bad result here. This comes back to white. White, you have to make sure that you stay linked across here. If black, now black didn't answer immediately, but if black just continues moving on and separating white, black is going to have a better result. Once this happens and the group is sealed in, right, this is the game. Once this happens and the group is sealed in, then black should make absolutely sure that this group stays alive by linking to the outside. I have been continually talking about black moving out into the center and keeping white stones separated. This is because black's thinking about the game is to attack. You separate your opponent's stones in order to attack them. But as it happens, moving out and separating them is also the best way to defend your own stones. So it's a happy marriage of the best defense and simultaneously the best offense. It does happen in Go that because of what's going on the board, your stones do get sealed in. This is not a catastrophe, but in a handicap game, when your groups get sealed in, you must get very cautious and conservative and make sure they stay alive. If you can see that the group is totally secure and there's no need to spend a move, that's fine. Just move on. But if you're uncertain, there's no good reason to lose a game just because you let a group die. And so you want to make sure that the group stays secure. In this case, it's quite obvious that black has insufficient eye space, and black is required to link out in order to make sure his group stays alive, or her group stays alive. What I tend to do, recommend in handicap games. In handicap games, if you get involved in fighting, if you get involved in the stones being entangled, you're going to get beat up if you're black. This is what white wants. This is not going to work out well for you. I do not like to see black fighting with white. If I start a handicap game and my opponent wants to fight with me, I know I've won already. I mean, I start to relax.
The hardest part for me is distinguishing between keeping white on the defense without fighting with white. It's a hard thing for me to read.
That's a good point, and it is to some extent a subtle difference.
And you'll see in the next game that I really struggle with that.
Because I don't know, white. Let's say if I look at it from the other perspective, I'm black and white plays. I look at it, I'm like, is he attacking me? Well, he's always attacking me. I'm like, well, what's my defensive move to like punch?
Here's one thing to keep in mind. You're fighting if you play a move that your opponent can stop. If you're trying to accomplish something and he can counter it, then you're fighting. Okay? So here, black is walking out. Is there any way that white can stop black from walking out? Is there any counter? Is there any move that can counter that and stop black from walking out? No, there's not. If you're doing something that your opponent can't stop, you're not fighting. If you're doing something that he can counter, you are fighting. So, to some extent then, you look, this is not fighting. Black is just walking away. See, you control the game and don't fight by taking control of the game on a strategic level. You're walking out, separating white on a large scale. There is nothing that he can do to stop that. He cannot prevent you from accomplishing what you're doing. And so you're not trying to kill anything, but you're just, this is going to be your value area, and you just play off of the opponent to develop your own strength. At no point in time was there any move, any possible idea that white had that could counter this or prevent you from doing this. If he can't stop you, you're not fighting. Fighting is contending. Fighting is giving him the chance to counter what you're doing. In comparison, if you look at the game diagram, to some extent this attachment is a fighting move. Because white can stop. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. but it is a move that white can counter and try and prevent you from accomplishing your objective, which is to create a little room in the corner for yourself.
Okay.
So that's one way to tell the difference between fighting and not. Just being close to the opponent is not fighting.
Right.
But if the way you're approaching the game is with moves that he can't counter, you're not fighting. You're just playing moves. If you give moves that he can counter, then you have started a fight.
Thank you.
So that's one easy way to tell the difference in through here. Well, let's move on to the next game here.
There's a third game on the memory stick there.
Yes.
Oh, there's. Did you end, or is there an alternate move? Yeah. Black played it from the other way.
So we're not at the end yet? Uh-huh.
Yep, black.
Ooh.
So this was strange because there was a black stone there, and so I had to play it twice.
Uh-huh. I see. Uh-huh. Okay. I was just skipping ahead. With the loss of this group, it looks like the game is taking a kind of negative turn for black. What was the outcome?
Didn't even count it. Black lost it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. When you start losing groups in a handicap game, it gets real tough. What is a?
Is it the real move?
I don't know. The game proceeds here. Was this game kind of reviewed a little bit? Are these?
No, we didn't go over it. I don't know what that's about, but.
Huh. Weird.
The program's giving you guys different moves, just in case you wanted to.
This is the game, correct? And
Yeah,
it's-
this is the
It's
game.
not like this is yesterday's game or anything like that.
Yeah, my
Okay.
program doesn't create branches. I guess it just adds tags or something.
Oh, I see. We can explore that.
Oh.
No, that's showing up as a variation.
We didn't play it.
Yeah. How
Alright.
magical.
Uh-huh.
Artificial intelligence.
Want to try here?
Right. Actually,
I should have thought of them.
nominally, this
Yeah.
exchange is positive for white, and you don't have to worry. You're going to get sente anyway because your opponent's going to play here. So from white's perspective, there's no real cost to it. When white neglects those moves, here instead, while moving out in this way nominally is a good way to play. In this case, I would follow up on this and just hit the stone again.
Pressure.
Anytime you play a contact move and your opponent doesn't answer, this contact moves create instant instability.
Mhm.
Another way to think about instability is that the advantage given to the person who plays next is maximized. That's what unstable means. You can shift it radically this way or that way very quickly. That's what unstable means. So consequently, when you play a contact move, that creates instant instability, and you're not, the position isn't complete